My name is Archibald Gordon. I'm your moderator for this morning. Welcome to the third edition of the CMU Getting Ready series. We're happy to have you on board as you make your journey to the CMU. We're really glad that you have questions, and this is an opportunity and really part of a series of initiatives to get those questions answered. So really thank you for joining us this morning. If you can, we're asking you to turn on your cameras, particularly when you ask a question. As I said, this is the third edition, and today we're going to be talking about finances. The format is pretty simple. We have a really short presentation, and then we open the floor to questions. Since this is a finances edition, we're going to be having the university treasurer, Miss Patricia Harrison. Miss Harrison, as well as members of our team, are on hand. At the same time, we also have members of the registry team who are on hand to answer questions. So if you have questions related to your applications, etc., they are going to be able to, they are here to answer questions as well. You can use the raise hand feature at the bottom of your screen. And in addition, you can also type your questions into the chat. We'll be monitoring it. Members of the register team and treasury team will be in the chat as well. They are going to be monitoring that as well, so they can direct those questions to us so that all of those issues can be answered. So without further ado, again, thank you for joining us. Sorry for the late start. And I'm going to hand it over now to Ms. Harrison to give us her short presentation. Ms. Harrison, go ahead, please. Oh, okay.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And sorry for the difficulties I had getting on, but I'm here now. I'm the treasurer at CMU, and our office is involved in handling your account. So these are an outline of all the major areas of activity as it would affect you. The first slide is classes commence on the 13th of September for returning students and October 13th for new students. This point is key. To be registered at CMU, one has to be pre-registered for his respective program, and the student must be financially cleared. Financial clearance allows students to have access to the resources for his or her program, whether online or face-to-face, and it allows students to write examinations and hand in coursework. If financial clearance is not given, the student would be on hold or continue to be in a draft state. You will hear some terms, accounting draft, meaning the account awaits financial clearance by the treasury team. Students need to comply with the required payment schedule, or they would have no access to resources. Account on hold, there is no access to resources, meaning you're unable to go to classes online. Account conditionally cleared, it means the student has conformed with a payment schedule, as we will explain, and access to resources is provided. However, the word is conditional, meaning as we go through the year, one has to adhere to the payment arrangement. If not, the account could be put on hold. Account fully cleared means full access to resources, and the student has no impediment. A student like that would have paid his fees fully, or he would have had a scholarship and paid his or her auxiliary fee, or applied for the student loan and paid their fees, and also paid any outstanding balances brought forward. Throughout the academic year, the status on one account can shift depending on whether payments are made as required or adequate arrangements made with a sponsor. It also means access to resources can be denied if payment arrangements are not as required. There are no monthly payment repayment plan. The student loan offers this. The Student Loan Bureau offers monthly repayment plan. So moving forward, to be cleared financially for 2021-22, balances which remain unpaid at the end of the academic year 2021 must be cleared. Appropriate arrangements need to be made for settlement of fees. These are tuition fees, auxiliary fee, caution money, and uniform where applicable in respect of the new year. Meaning, what that means is you would have paid, or your sponsor would have paid, or you have applied for the student loan. So two conditions need to be fulfilled for clearance. Clearing of the opening balances, and arrangements must be made for payment of your fees for the new year. One must appreciate that accounting entries coming from the financial institution to CMU are not simultaneous. We are requesting payments by the 3rd of September. That is the normal arrangements with CMU because we do a billing once a year. So the 3rd of September, normally full fees are due for returning students from October. As done traditionally, however, students can pay in two parts. The first part before 50% upon registration for this semester and 50% upon registration in January. You must appreciate that on the 13th of September, when class commences, we couldn't handle payments coming in on the 13th to give students access to classes, or on the 16th of October. We need time to put through the accounting entries. To assist students and parents in meeting their financial commitment to CMU, 3 payments are possible. It is proposed that 40% be paid on registration for semester 1, 35% for registration of semester 2, and 25% prior to exams at the time of semester 2, prior to semester 2 exams. The dates for second semester commencement I haven't seen at this point, and examination dates for the second semester, I haven't seen those dates. I can't provide a date there. But if one adhere to this plan, they will have access to their resources. If one pays 75% of the tuition of what is required for the current year and have not cleared their balance, they will have problems writing exams. Students should have explored methods of financing their education, because I will share with you some of the information for the Student Loan Bureau. Applications close on October 31st. They're still open. The advantage of using the Student Loan Bureau is that the repayment plan is extended over a period of time. Loans are also offered to part-time students. At this time, only one guarantor is requested. This going with the student loan, to me, provides a stress-free way of funding your education. One doesn't have to worry at that point of studying about repaying your loan. I suggest those persons who are having difficulty financing their education that they should approach the Student Loan Bureau. All to use the Student Loan Bureau, however, the students are required to pay their full auxiliary fee for the year. They are also required to pay any outstanding balance coming forward from the prior financial year. Student loan has varying statuses that they provide. A to E status. To register, registration will be, or financial clearance, conditional, will be given to students once they have an A status, meaning they have put in their application or they have produced receipts showing payments of the loan processing fee. These students will be given conditional clearance. Students, once they have put in their student loan application, they need to follow up their application to ensure it is at the E status, mean fully approved, because sometime in the second semester, the Student Loan Bureau cuts off processing. For a seamless registration, students are required to have current sponsorship letters. They are required to give these to the Treasury and Registry to facilitate clearance. We would like to be able to load those sponsorship letters on the system that one seamless clearance can be done. We not only check to see if a student has paid, but if a student is being sponsored and there is no sponsorship letter, it is going to be a while before clearance is obtained. So it's going to delay you going to classes. At this stage, we get so many calls at the CMU for the Treasury. The Treasury cannot handle all these calls. If there is a major problem, I suggest you visit the Treasury Department to sort out what difficulties you may have. There are several ways of paying You would
Okay.
have picked that up on our varying notification. But the preferred payment method, when I say prefer, I mean the ones that allow your payment to enter into your account in the quickest way. Paymaster, they have 180 outlets throughout Jamaica. The payment is received by CMU the next day, business day. NCB online portal for students and parents who have NCB bank accounts. Do a transfer bank to bank, meaning from NCB to NCB. That information comes in quickly. In-house cashier, payment by cash, credit, debit card, other approved monetary instrument. Do not make your payment at the ATM machines. The ATM machine payments provide no name for the student, no ID number. Payment through other financial institutions, for example, I don't mean to, like other financial institutions, have to come through their system, then through NCB system. It takes several days to be credited to CMU's bank account. Many times, not full information is provided. We have identified a link there where information is provided on the tuition fee and other financial information. Shortly, I don't know if it's yet done, but the statements have been looked at, worked on, and students should be able to access their statement of account online, which would have a current balance. However, as I indicated earlier, it takes a while for the recent payments to be received in the accounts. So this week, early this week, if it's not yet done over the weekend, please look on your statement for returning students who would have statements to see or review what your payment balance is, or your account balance is. This week, we're going to have a demonstration of a help desk, which should handle queries by email. The comment here is for an account to be accurate, and this is a major issue for students returning and for the situations which may come about during the new academic year, all leave of absences, deferral of program, transfer during the new academic year have to be sent to registry for approval before any adjustment can be made to the student account. Attendance. So we have had, I would say, significant queries and adjustment to accounts because students were absent, and communication was not presented to Treasury for the appropriate adjustment to the student account. During the last academic year, students logged on online using another student's privileges. This creates significant problems for the student. You are unable, once that's done, you use your colleague password or some other means to get onto the online resources. You cannot prove attendance at classes during the semester. It creates issues at the time of examination, and there would be no record of your attendance at the CMU. So I beg of you, do not log on using another student's privilege. In respect of queries listed there, you may want to take down queries. We have Miss Black. She handles scholarships, fees paid at the bank, like wire transfer, bills payment. Miss Rancharan handles refunds, fees paid by paymaster. Mr. Panton, he can give you an up-to-date status many times. Once we have an up-to-date status on the student loan status, meaning whether you are at A, B, C, D, or E, and he deals with international scholarship and grants. Miss Williams handles repeat and receipts, and you are encouraged to communicate by email because, as I said, there are not enough persons to handle the queries. It is suggested that you look online to look at your statement, you look at the financial information that's on the web page to determine your fees before you make a call because the phones become overloaded. So that's my presentation. I have two staff members here who work in the Treasury, Mr. Panton and Mrs. Williams and myself, and we are able to answer what questions you may have or provide clarification as required. Thank you very much.
I want to thank Ms. Harrison for her time this morning. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank Ms. Walker from the Office of the Registry as well, and her team as well. This is the end of the third edition of the CMU Getting Ready series. Next time around, we're going to be talking about what are some of those student services and health insurance. How do we replace some of the services that you would have been accustomed to on campus, particularly in relation to clubs and activities. And school is not just about academics, and anything that is student related that you need information about the Earn and Learn program. The representatives of the Office of Student Affairs are going to be here. And as always, Ms. Walker and her team from the Office of the Registry are also going to be here as well. So they can follow up on information with regard to your applications. We have some comments and questions from you. We know people that we have to follow up with, and you will be hearing from us. Thanks for joining us this morning. And I hope you turn out for the next edition as well. Good morning, everyone.